Hey everyone, my name's Quentin Williams here for Pursuit of Yours, doing another book review on one of my favorite authors, Octavia Butler, on her book Lilith's Brood. Octavia Butler is an award-winning author. She has, for this book actually, she won a Hugo and Nebula Prize. She also is the author of Kindred and the Wild Seed series. This particular book is pretty lengthy. It's actually a compilation of a series. It has Dawn Adulthood Rights and a Mango. It's a complete series. It's a total of about 750 pages, and it's well worth every page. I read this book nearly every year. It's just that good. I think this particular book is a science fiction book. She talks about what happens after World War III when humanity pretty much destroys the ozone layer through nuclear war and is found by an alien race called the Oankali. And is this book is primarily written in the first person. Um, it's written from the perspective, at least the first book, Dawn, is written from the perspective of a character called Lilith, and it goes through her entire pathos of what she's thinking when she is awakened in this gray room with no visible source of light, yet it's dully lit, and she has no interaction with other people. She has no interaction with her captors. Sometimes they ask her questions in a disembodied voice, and she doesn't see any speakers, so she's just thinking about like all the possibilities of where she can be. Then it moves on to when she has a first encounter with the alien race and the task that they bestow upon her to introduce them to every other human that has survived the war. It's a very interesting book. Of course, that's only the beginning of the first book of the three-book series. Um, but the reason why I choose to read this book all the time, every year, is because she has such an interesting writing style. I feel like her descriptions of things are very vivid. Her characterizations are very full and very real. Her dialogue is engaging. Her writing style is a bit above the average, I guess, New York Times reading level, but I can appreciate it. I really love her style of writing. Um, I really love her visionary approach to real issues that we experience every day in society. For example, just the premise of the book talks about the hatred that we have, not just for ourselves, but for one another and our culture. And this is demonstrated through war, it's demonstrated through injustices, whether it be political, whether it be economical, financial, things of that sort. So it has a very, very insightful approach to this whole genre of science fiction. And I think that you would really enjoy this book. She even goes into biology, as far as that type of science. She talks about the biology of the human anatomy. She talks about how we have so much potential as a people that we don't realize, so much latent potential that's locked away in our DNA, um, whether it be the so-called junk strands of DNA that every human has, or whether it be the 93 to 99% of our brain that remains inactive in nearly all of humans. And she talks about, in this book, she touches on it, and her other book, she really delves into what would happen if we really began to unlock the latent potential of humanity. Um, so it's ironic that she uses a alien race in this book to talk about such matters, because the alien race, being a higher intelligence or whatever, they recognize all this latent potential, and they work hard to try to pull it out of humanity, where we're reluctant to do that. And part of that reluctance is if not all of that reluctance, is the main factor that leads us to this suicidal tendency to create war, and our propensity uh, to end civilization and nuclear war. So that's pretty much my review of Octavia Butler's Lilith's Brood. On a scale 5 stars, I'd give this 4.5 stars. It's very good and very engaging. So if you're into science fiction, this is definitely the book for you. Again, my name is Quentin Williams, here with Pursuit of Yours, doing book review. Hope you enjoyed it. Pick up Lilith's Brood. Take care.